What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the step-by-step process of how to take your twister down and fold it for storage. Okay, so we're gonna start by taking off the ramp here, and you're gonna notice these two spring buttons here on both sides. You're gonna click, and then you're gonna pull this off of the machine. And then we're gonna take the swivel unit off by again hitting these spring buttons here, and then pulling this off of the swivel mount. So now we're gonna take the twister down. The easiest way to do this is to lift it up, remove one backboard hook, and then the other one comes out easily, and you can pull this out and away from the hoop, and then gently lay it down so you can move on to the next step. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove the lower frame out. So what we'll do is find these two springs here, and then we're going to press it in and start to pull out. And on this side, same thing. So for storage purposes here, we're going to press in the spring buttons and allow this to flip over to a flat position here. So in the next step, we're going to be taking off these stabilization cables, and then we're going to wrap them around this here, and then we're going to connect it to the bottom hook. Repeat the same process on this side. Okay, in the next step, we're going to flip the twister up so that we can take off the net. And I like to save the middle ones for last because it makes rolling up the net easier. Okay, and then what we're going to do, it's also helpful to undo the strap here on the side and then reattach it to the net. Just easier for storage. You can repeat the same on this side. Just roll up the net and rest it on the ball ring, allowing you to fold the net more compactly. Okay, now we're ready to flip the twister back on its back so we can start to disassemble the poles. So we're gonna start with the two vertical poles, which are these here. We're gonna pull this out from the ball ring, disconnect the poles, and we're going to flip this back up so that it could be stored in this hole here. We'll repeat the same on this side. And after this, we're just gonna let these poles hang like this. All right, next what we're gonna do is we're gonna press down on this middle pole here, and we're gonna disconnect it. And then we're gonna come down to outermost poles here, and we're going to disconnect it, support the frame as you come to this side, and do the same thing here. So when taking this off, it's helpful to straighten the pole up, and then it makes it a lot easier to come out. And now we can let the poles rest on the ground. Okay, and then we're gonna take the connection from this pole and undo it. Start to get that hexagon shape again. Do the same thing on this side. So next, what we're gonna do is bring in the lateral arm. So we'll find the spring, click it in, and we'll repeat and do the same on this side. Spring, push it in. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna fold these lateral arms back into the main frame. So there's a spring button below, and then what we're gonna do is pull this in. Sometimes it's helpful to adjust the net as you're doing this to get it out of the way. And again, we're going until we hear that first click. We'll repeat the same thing on this side, and then move the net if necessary. As you get closer, hit the spring to lock it in place. Okay, so now we're going to disconnect the poles here that are connected to the T, and we're gonna take the top of the T and bring it over to the outermost pole. Once we get here, we're gonna line up the bungee with the hole and just allow this to slide in here like this. And then on this side, do the same thing, disconnect the poles. And then we're gonna bring this here to the bungee and allow it to slide into place. After that, allow all the poles to be in the middle of the system. Okay, so now we're gonna put the ball ring down. Just make sure that the net is in so it's more compact for storage. And then this right here, we're gonna find these springs in the back, click them in so that this can fold down. Okay, so we're gonna put the ball ramp and secure it into the twister. So what we'll do is we'll take the front end and just kind of snake it in there. And then on the back side, to secure it, we'll take these two poles and drop them here. And then we are going to press the spring buttons to allow this to lock in place. Okay, so now we're gonna take the lower frame and we're gonna take these two poles and fit them into these two squares here. Click the spring buttons to get it past. And then we will take these two tabs here on both sides and we will press in the springs here to lock it in place on both sides. Okay, and the last step will be to take the swivel unit and we're going to slide this onto this here, press the spring buttons, and then it will lock in place. Now your twister machine is ready for storage.